Peace. How's it going, Patrick? Conservative Rap. And let's get into what's happening on the political front. The deep state is, of course, feeling pain. Trump is flipping the script on them. And even when you look at what's happening with the J6 pipe bomber, you can see that the FBI is being restructured to gain credibility, to come back into the fold as a reputable organization. And props to Cash for and Dan Bongino for that effort. It's really monumental if you think about it, because anybody who's awake knows that the FBI has been corrupt for decades, if not since its founding. All right, so let's check this out. First on Homeland Security. Check this out. You're playing word games to keep an illegal alien murderer in America. California rejected the ICE detainer for an illegal alien charged with killing an 11-year-old boy. And this is in response to Governor Newsom's press office, right? He says, oh, this is a complete lie. Well, let's start at the origin. Let's go. And then
it happened last week in California, just outside of San Diego. DHS saying the suspect is from Mexico and has been deported out of the U.S. 4 times. Back in Los Angeles, Jonathan Hunt picks up the story from there. Jonathan, hello to you.
Good morning, Bill. The tragic bottom line here is that on Thanksgiving morning last week, a mom had to say goodbye to her 11-year-old son, who died in the hospital hours after being hit as he played in the street. Aiden Antonio Torres de Paz was chasing a soccer ball with another friend when he was struck by a car that officials say was being driven by Hector Balderas Agilor, who did not stop and simply drove away from the scene. It's unclear at this point whether Balderas was speeding at the time. He was eventually arrested on November 29 and is now charged with felony hit and run causing death or injury. Department of Homeland Security officials say 44-year-old Balderas is an illegal immigrant from Mexico who had previously been deported on 4 separate occasions. 3 times in 2004 and again in 2010, when that mugshot you see was taken. And DHS says they filed an immigration detainer because, quote, sanctuary laws threaten to put this killer back onto California's streets. Immigration detainers are requests from DHS for local authorities to notify ICE if and when a person is going to be released from local custody. Law enforcement agencies in California who are by Hector
general idea here. So Newsom's office replies to that and says this is a complete lie. As we've repeatedly said, the state coordinates with ICE on the deportation of convicted criminals. Code word. California honors federal criminal warrants. Nothing prohibits the government from, at the federal level, from doing its job in this case. And now Homeland Security replies back, you're playing word games to keep an illegal alien murderer in America. Newsom says he'll only cooperate with ICE if the criminal illegal alien is convicted, meaning California will let him roam free even though he's been arrested for felony hit and run. Hector Balderas Alhira has been previously deported 4 times already and committed a felony when he illegally entered the 5th time itself. This violent criminal must be deported ASAP, precisely. And this goes to show you how psychotic and sinisterly wicked some of these people are to keep their foot patrol and their foot soldiers here in the States. I'm going to share this tab as well. This is U.S. Attorney Bill Esseley. Let me be very clear. The country has no jurisdiction over federal agents, and we will not comply with any state or local laws restricting federal law enforcement. Our agents are under unprecedented assault in Los Angeles, largely due to reckless narratives and rhetoric advanced by the media and local politicians. He's being kind because these people are doing Satan's work in a disguise. Remember, just because you see them in a suit, just because they dress nice and they use big words, doesn't mean they're not criminals. It doesn't mean they're not evil. All right, we will not expose our brave men and women to personal attacks by allowing agitators to dox them and their families through facial recognition tools. And this is in response to the effort to ban ICE agents from wearing masks moves forward in LA County. The same place, I think, where this tragedy occurred itself that we just covered. Moving on to the global stage, the AfD, Germany's largest opposition party, continues to widen the gap between itself and the ruling CDU in polls. Here you have the AfD at 26% over all of the other, these are a lot of parties. But it goes to just show you, again, people are waking up and they're getting sick and tired of this nonsense. The same issues we have here in America with immigration, Germany has been facing a long time with North African migrants, radical Islamists, etc. All right, so here's the skiff on X. And this is going into the Venezuela issue that you might also be familiar with. Venezuelan military intelligence whistleblower just exposed that the CIA allegedly outsources its election rigging software and voting machine Smartmatic to multiple countries, including the U.S. from Venezuela. This is what multiple sources have been telling you for years. This is nothing new to anyone paying attention. Now it's just verified by an inside source. Do you really believe everything happening in and around Venezuela is about just drug trafficking and countries' resources like oil? Remember that there's layers to everything. If we do not solidify and fix our elections, there's no point in anything we do because we'll lose it anyway. Now you understand there's more to this than meets the eye, and then this logic also applies to some of the Jan 6 material that's coming out. My name is Hugo Carvajal Barrios. For many years, I was high-ranking member within the Venezuelan regime. Smartmatic was born as an electoral tool of the Venezuelan regime. I know this because I placed the head of IT of the National Electoral Council in his position, and he reported directly to me. The Smartmatic system can be altered. This is a fact. This technology was later exported abroad, including into the United States. Regime operatives maintain relationships with election officials and voting machine companies inside your country. Please read the documents below in full. And I'll actually repost this so people are aware. And just finishing up here, quickly disclose TV. If God bless RFK and that entire unit within our health administration. European Center for Disease Prevention Control sends EU health ministers a new plan advising actions to prevent a bird flu pandemic, which science say is just one major mutation away. How do they know this? People know it's they don't have this ability anymore with the vaccines and whatnot. The pandemics. They just tried it. So now, in my mind, there are only two really, what would you call it? Narratives they still have to push. That would be cyber attacks as well as war. And with what Trump is accomplishing in terms of Ukraine, he's really pigeonholing Zelensky as the weak link away from the United Nations. It's really awesome. Again, respect to law enforcement, the FBI rebranding. Trump said, if you check some of the recent posts, that he's fighting people who are poisoning America, and it's exactly right. He has the people behind him, and as he's also said numerous occasions, they're not after me, they're really after you, and I'm just in the way. What do you think? Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, and check me out at ConservativeRap.com for more. Thanks, and take care.